You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we've got preliminary toxicology reports back involving the 3 Chiefs fans that have lost their lives. And evidently this was put out maybe by a family source, and then it was later confirmed by another source involved with another family. So now you got multiple sources from different places confirming the same thing. But we've been waiting for this, and it's a lot of what we expected. But then we've got a little peel back the curtain situation on Jordan Willis. And you got to wonder, I would guess the cops are going to want to know who the source is for wherever it is that Jordan Willis, if he's the one that got all this stuff, and we're just assuming that, where he got this, all these different substances. Toxicology report for 3 KC men indicate fentanyl intake. We suspected that. So let's go over Alex Caparillo, and he is with News Nation. Breaking: cocaine and other illicit substances discovered in early toxicology reports for Kansas City detectives tell victims' families working to obtain a copy of the report. Now, he follows that up. A family member who asked to remain anonymous tells me cocaine, fentanyl, and THC showed up in preliminary results. The family source says level 10 fentanyl is enough to kill. The Kansas City 3, is that the nickname they're getting, I guess? The Kansas City 3 were at a level 30. Wow. So they had 3 times the amount of fentanyl in their system that will kill a person. This source has now been backed up and confirmed by a second separate family source. Okay, so looks like you got multiple sources involved with multiple families that are talking about the same thing as to what happened with David Harrington, Clayton McGeeney, and Ricky Johnson. And they said they learned that the police received the report. Kansas City police confirmed they have been in contact with the family. Quote, there have been no additional details of this case revealed to any media, nor are there any plans to do so at this time. The case remains an ongoing death investigation. Tony Kagay, the attorney for the family of McGeeney, says the report is, quote, just the first step in finding out what happened to the 3 men. He prefaced his comments by saying he has not personally seen the report, which has not been officially released by police. Quote, I don't think that anyone familiar with the situation or the investigation thought that there wasn't something else in play here, and I think the toxicology report is going to be the first step of many steps in the investigation as to who is responsible. You notice he said who is responsible for these men's tragic deaths. So that's kind of a clear shot, at least from the McGeeney side, that they believe that there's an actual individual that could be at fault here. Police from the outset said they do not suspect foul play and that this is not a homicide investigation. So that brings us over here. And this is very interesting. This is the New York Post. That was News Nation. Cousin of Chiefs fan found frozen to death in pal's yard claims the homeowner, Jordan Willis, was dubbed, quote, the chemist. May have effed up drugs. Uh-oh. Now this is taking a real turn. Because this guy evidently has a bit of a reputation, at least allegedly, right? We got to make sure we use allegedly, but now you get the point. The Kansas City Chiefs fan who partied with 3 fans later found frozen dead in the backyard was known for making drug cocktails that he dubbed, quote, the chemist, according to a cousin of one of the dead men who believes the scientist may, quote, have effed up. Jordan's the chemist, bro. Jordan's the chemist. Clayton McGeeney's cousin Caleb told News Nation's Alex Caparello, a party host of Jordan Willis, who reportedly checked into rehab. They all knew him as that. It was easy for them to go have fun, but he effed up and he made a mistake. McGeeney alleged of the ongoing mystery, which police have yet to confirm, was drug-related. That's getting pretty wild. McGeeney's cousin was last seen at Willis's Kansas City home January 7th to watch the Kansas City Chiefs. Willis, an HIV scientist, has said he slept for 2 days without any idea that McGeeney and Johnson and David Harrington were all frozen to death. Asked about who may have brought the drugs to the fatal party, Jordan had them. Jordan was the one. Again, I just said they're looking for a who. There's certain signs that point in the direction of Jordan Willis, is there not? Again, all this is allegedly. We get the point. We got a family mad, and they want somebody's head, I would guess. Nobody can blame them for that. He alleged Willis was known for years for doling out drugs even before becoming a professional scientist, he maintained firmly. Quote, Jordan is somebody that is known from high school as like creating drugs for people to make them feel better in certain situations. Okay, well, you want to do this? I'm going to make this for you. I'm going to make this for you, and handing them out, he alleged. Jordan was the chemist. He's a scientist, right? He does what he needs to. And now to use my cousin, my best friend, as a guinea pig? No. Okay, so this is sort of showing you right here. Just, look, this is just an opinion. This is just speculation. But I'm guessing Jordan Willis has got himself a civil lawsuit coming. That's my guess. Willis' lawyer has repeatedly maintained that his client knew nothing of the plight of his friends, whom he had no reason to harm. This is really taking a strange turn. All right, Willis has entered rehab to address unspecified addiction issues. Police quickly ruled out any suspicious activity, I guess that should say, stressing that it was not a homicide investigation, much to the anger of some of the dead men's relatives. Caleb, however, still has hope for answers. And look, what you may find out here is that they ultimately do not charge Willis with a crime. But in cases like that, when that happens, that doesn't mean that somebody's not going to get a civil lawsuit smacked on them. All right? That's the other way to go here. If they take a step and get into all that. Still pretty early for that, I would guess. But that's kind of what I'm seeing, because they're planting the seeds out there now that this guy was known for this. This guy was known for it since high school. And, I mean, he's all the way postdoctorate, scientist, Wuhan virus science, all that crap. Here we are, right? Wow, this is nuts. This is nuts. And you had the girlfriend of David Harrington claiming that he wasn't a drug addict or anything. I'm going to tell you what it sounds to me like. You know, when me and my buddies used to get together, it was, a 30-pack of beer, some cigarettes, and that was about the extent of it, right? Everybody used to, when you were younger, smoke cigarettes when you were drinking, but may not smoke them in other places. Of course, I smoked them all the time. I don't now. I quit. But it sounds like this group of friends may have taken this a step further and said, oh, we're going to do a little coke and blah, blah, blah. And one has to wonder, okay, was there fentanyl in the coke? Whatever. Yeah, to quote Rick James, cocaine's a hell of a drug. Wow, this is crazy. And there's a lot more to come out on this. Make sure you subscribe. That is part of what we thought in all this. We've been talking about it. Fentanyl. There's going to be a lot more of this kind of thing happen in this country. There already has been. This just got very public, which maybe something will come out of that towards trying to stop this deadly drug, right? Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.